It's time for our Bulldog conversation. Brad Radisi back with you, and our special guest is Dr. Andrew Westmoreland, president of Samford University. I want to play you an interview I recently did with him about the acquisition of the Southern Progress property right next to campus and how it plays a big role in the university's future.
Well, getting to this point has really been a long journey. It's been several years since we actually began conversation with Time Inc. about repurchasing this property. I think most people are aware that in the distant past that Samford owned most of Shades Valley around here, and then in 1987 we sold this property and it became the home for Southern Progress, later acquired by Time Inc. And I would imagine that Dr. Quartz, when this property was sold, probably was looking to the distant horizon point where one day we might be able to reacquire it and it would have this magnificent office space that would be available to us. So it's taken a long time for us to work through all of the details and come up with a financing plan that would make this a viable investment. But as we stand here now today, and as I look around the property and as I recognize that this is Samford, it's kind of hard for me to imagine even now.
And for how much the university's grown, we really needed this space, didn't we?
Truth is, with the expansion of many of our programs over the last few years, it was essential that we acquire either this space or some other space very nearby. For all practical purposes, we've just about outgrown the existing campus. And so we've been focused over the last couple of years, especially as we've been creating the College of Health Sciences, to find an appropriate place where we could bring all of those academic programs together under one roof. In fact, we see that as the future of healthcare education, that all of these various programs that eventually are focused on the patient, that all of those folks are together in one space, they're learning how to talk the same language, how to cooperate, so that when they're out there in the field engaged in the various professions, that they're already adept at knowing how to work with one another. So this space is crucial for us with fostering those kinds of characteristics in our students and faculty.
Now, how does this set up the future for Samford?
I suspect that it's impossible for us to know today what all of this addition of 28 acres with almost 400,000 square feet associated with the property can mean. I think that it may be 50 years before Samford people will fully realize the potential of this site. In fact, there are building sites even on the property that are available for some future use. Long after I'm gone from Samford, I think that future members of the faculty and administration, students, trustees, will be examining the best use of this property. So I think that right now we're only looking over the edge into the potential of what may be.
So moving forward, what's the timetable for the university to start utilizing the space?
There are three primary buildings on the site, and Time Inc. will be relocating their employees to all of building number 3, and we'll be entering into a long-term lease with Time Inc. for that property. Buildings 1 and 2 will comprise the home for our College of Health Sciences. And in the short term, the next few weeks, some members of our faculty and staff will actually be moving into Building 2 as temporary headquarters, recognizing that they'll need to move again when the property is fully developed. During the next year, all of 2015, our architects will be working with our staff to begin to reconfigure this space, and at the same time efforts will be underway in building number 3 to get it ready for Time Inc. employees. So none of this is going to happen very quickly, But if you fast forward in another year, year and a half, you're going to see a lot of changes with the positioning of our people and our programs.
That's our Bulldog conversation. Please stick around. Of course, more game action is straight ahead, as is a look at the Brock School of Business scoreboard. You're listening to the Alabama Power Halftime Show on the Samford Sports Network.